Shit or get off the pot. Aries, that's the theme for your reading for this week. But actually, before I even get into your reading, I want to announce the grand opening for my Patreon. So if you guys enjoy my readings, you want to see more readings, I'll have some extra readings, monthly readings for each of the signs, and some themed readings, like a love reading if you're interested in what's going on with your love life, or health readings. I will have those available if you're interested. So check out Patreon, Lunar Divinations on Patreon. Looking at your reading, shit or get off the pot. We've got the Judgment card. It's kind of like, it's now or never. You gotta make, it's not even really a decision, like, you gotta do something either now or never. We've got the Magician. That is following through with a goal that maybe you've had in mind, that's been on deck, and I think that it requires a change up. So the Two of Pentacles is, in order to fulfill this goal, you gotta move somewhere. You gotta move from the current job that you're at, from the current apartment that you're at. You have to do something different. It requires you to get off the pot. And with the moon here, it's like change your habits. It's like change what you do day to day. That is what it's going to require. So it's the moment. The moment is now. Are you guys gonna do this, or are you not gonna do this? On the bottom is the Devil. I feel like you guys feel like either you can't do it, or just restricted in some way. The Devil is a challenge. I mean, it might be a challenge for you to do this thing that you've been on the fence about. But the cards are encouraging. Underneath the Devil, we have the Ace of Swords. It's a solid idea. It's a solid concept, a solid goal. Whatever it is that you have had, that you've been on the fence on, you should do it. I mean, we're gonna pull advice specifically and see if that's the case, but the cards are already leaning towards follow through with it. Let's pull Oracle cards, see if we can find out more. Anything else here for, oh, okay, that kind of launched itself. Okay, so with the Cup here, man, there is a sense of kind of settling with the Cup here. Actually, with the number 4 and the Cup, that is settling. So maybe that's why you're on the fence. You're like, am I gonna settle or am I gonna do this? One option is settling, and the other option is getting up off your ass and doing something different, changing your habits, changing your life. The other thing I'm picking up here too is potentially excuses. So the Mercury is kind of like going through reason after reason after reason to settle with what you have. On the bottom, we have the Hourglass. You've been coming up with excuses to lean onto the settling side, but I don't think despite your excuses, you haven't decided. I mean, you have to decide. Now is the time to decide. Let's see what else there. Wow. So the Queen and Aries, next couple of cards here. That's talking about taking charge of your life. The Queen takes charge. Aries, of your own being, of your own self. So, I mean, it's like, do you want to settle? Do you want to make excuses? Or do you want to take charge and recognize that, you know, if there's something a goal that you truly want to accomplish, take charge of your life and change things up? Let's pull advice, because I think you guys just really need some advice to help give you that extra push, or maybe help kind of decide to settle. But I think you guys just need an extra push. Let's see what comes out for advice. Any advice here for Aries regarding this? All right, the advice is really clear cut, guys. With the Knight of Swords, that's come up with a plan. That is come up with a strategy, a plan you can execute, and execute it. There's some sort of goal you're on the fence about doing, well, do it. You have to start with a plan. So number 1, plan. Number 2, execute that plan. Rather than, and here's the alternative. The alternative to that plan, the 8 of Swords with the 3 of Swords, that's living with regret, and that's living with not knowing what could have been. Do you want to live with the regret of not knowing, and the pain of not knowing if you could have accomplished something for your whole life because you didn't try? You know, I don't think you do. I don't think that's a good idea at all. I think you guys should follow the advice of the cards. Come up with a plan and execute it. Whatever it is, do it. Even if it's a stretch goal, and it is a stretch goal probably, because 9 of Wands is something that requires a lot of skill. Whatever it is you guys are on the fence about, it does require a lot of skill. It's a long road. But if you don't start now, you're always going to wonder what could have been. So, I mean, it's pretty clear here, guys. On the bottom is the Sun. Like, this is your moment to shine. This is your moment to shine. But you have to be willing to take charge of your own life, with the Queen and with the Queen from before. Let's see what we get from the Oracle cards for advice. Anything else for Aries? Any more advice for Aries? Christ. God, I just smashed this card between my legs. Anyway, okay, so we got Libra coming out for advice. That is it's like it's a yes or no. There's no in between here, guys. There's no middle road here. You either have to do this thing full force or not do it at all, right? Libra is it a yes or is it a no? You have to decide, make the decision. Now, if you need time to make the decision, I guess take all the time you need. The wall here, but make it yes. It's like the cards are telling you to do it. It's like take all the time you need to be solid in this decision, but make it a yes. It's like it'll be good for you if you make it a yes. And on the bottom we have Aries. It's going to be Aries is literally you. It's who you are. It's aligned to who you are. You know, doing this is what you're supposed to do. It's like, it's just in alignment with you. And if you do this, it's going to be fulfilling for you. Like, when you do things that are aligned to you, it's fulfilling. It's just how that works. So then let's see what else is here. All right, so here's the other part of it. We've got the nut coming out with the hourglass. It's a long road, but you got to start somewhere. And the time is now to start. Even if it's a long road, even if this is a 5-year stretch goal, the time to start is now. And you just have to shit or get off the pot on it. Maybe take a little while to contemplate this decision, but for the love of God, make it a yes, make it a do it, and don't settle for whatever it is you've been settling on while you're on this fence, you know, of indecision. On the bottom we have the next card is the treasure chest, by the way, which I think is all the money that is awaiting you, assuming you're successful in this long-term endeavor. You know, there's money and success potentially, as that's the next card here, but you got to start somewhere, and it is a long road. So hopefully that's encouragement for you guys to get started. All right. So I hope that's what you got out of that. But either way, thank you guys for being here, Aries. If you like this reading and you want to support my channel, don't forget to subscribe and to follow the channel. And the links for the Patreon will be below in the description of the video if you want to check that. We'll see you next time.